Hi, my name is Julie Peterson. I'm a psychiatric nurse practitioner student at Purdue University Global. The patient encounter I'd like to share with you today would be when I was working in the CSU with my preceptor. There was a 17-year-old female that had come in. She lives at a um, shelter, is basically provided by the Sheriff's Department for youth that are having difficulties. Usually they're a little too escalated for foster parents or foster care. So she had been in foster care a few different homes, but had gotten to this point where she's living at the Sheriff's Villas. She had a few lacerations on her from a fight that she had gotten into, and then also um, she had tried to get hit by a car, but then she wound up kind of getting taken in by the sheriff's deputies that were there, because once again she was at the sheriff's villas, so the sheriff's deputies were pretty close to her. But she had said she tried to run in front of a car to get hit, so that way she wouldn't have to go to juvie or jail. So she seemed to know pretty much what she was doing. She said she didn't intend to kill herself or anything. So just while talking to her, um, we talked about motivational interviewing and patient-centered focus this week. We had asked her the open-ended question about, what are you doing here? And being that it was a 17-year-old female in a very dramatic um, situation, she went on to tell us about her ex-boyfriend and how his new girlfriend and her new boyfriend and all this. It was a lot of he she that had gone between, and she seemed to lack a lot of insight into what she was doing. So my preceptor and I, we let her go on for just a little bit to let her kind of get out some of the angst that she had with what she was going through at the time. But then she seemed to settle down just a little bit towards the end. I think when my preceptor and I weren't reacting to her with probably the same age-related hysteria that she's used to. So she did calm down a little bit, but I think asking an open-ended question and trying to get her to take a little bit out of what she was feeling was a bit therapeutic for her. But at the same time, it helped us to gain a perspective as to where she was coming from. At that point where she was, coming in directly from such a ordeal, in her life, and she felt it very important and valuable, and all the information she was giving us, and then she went on to, I think, kind of get the idea that age-related drama. There's going to be lots of dramas like this, and you kind of need to roll with the punches, rather than to get upset about things that you don't have any control over. So I think she, was receptive to what we were saying, and hopefully in her escalated state, she took a moment to, consider that, afterwards, because I do believe she heard us. So I think the motivational interviewing with her, was good. Just trying to get her to gain some insight into, what had happened. So that's we were both pretty comfortable with where the conversation was going. Like I've said before, I think my preceptor and I work really well together. It's not so much a good cop bad cop thing, but it's kind of like a good cop thing. Just kind of interested in what the patient's saying. Just I think very patient centered about what they're doing, and just kind of focus on where they're at. I think that kind of really helps when you have two people that are hinging on every word that you say. So, and I really am interested in what they're doing, because I do think that it helps them kind of grow and kind of see what they're doing. And I really enjoy talking to patients and trying to get a perspective as to where they're coming for before I offer any of my thoughts or perspective on it. So if you have any questions or comments or something, just let me know. Thank you, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.